Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Sam Talks Books, and welcome if you're new. So for those of you who's been watching my videos for a little while now, I think since October, you probably would have seen my video where I did all my 5-star reads. And I actually really enjoyed doing that. And then I thought, well, why don't I do a 5-star prediction video? And it's taken me a while, but I'm finally getting to it. I find it really difficult to predict what rating a book's gonna be. I don't know why, just like it takes me a while, and it took me a while to decide on the books I've got here. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail with each one. I don't want the video to be too long, but we're just going to jump straight into it, and I'll give you a rough reason to why I think that book's going to be a 5-star. So we're going to start off with God and Monsters. This is the third book in the Serpent and Dove series. Spoiler, because this is probably going to be popping up before my wrap up. I really enjoyed the first one, it was a 5-star, and the second one, which is the spoiler that I read this month, I also really loved. So this is, like I said, the third one in the series, and it's the final one. And with how the second one finished, I cannot wait to get to this one. I don't know, I just feel like this is going to be a 5-star. I really hope it will be. So far I've loved both books, and I don't think this one's going to be like any different. It is really big. I do want to get to it this year if I can. We'll see. But yeah, so this one, 5-star prediction. Next up on the list is a book that I don't see too many people talking about like nowadays, but when I did, it does get really high reviews. I've been told it's quite heartbreaking, and that is The Prophet. So we follow two black male slaves who are gay. They're in love with each other, and the book, I think, focuses a lot around that. So this book is going to be very heartbreaking. There's going to be a lot of racism in it. And I think it's going to be quite a difficult read, which is probably the reason why I've not read it yet, just because I want to go into it and be mentally prepared. Either way, this book's probably going to make me cry. But I really feel like this one's going to be a 5-star just because of what it's about and just how much it's probably going to like break my heart and make me cry. And I think it's going to be a memorable book. I don't think I'll be able to forget this one once I've read it. A lot of people have told me that this book stayed with them for a very long time. So that's my second 5-star prediction. Next up on the list is, I'm just going to grab these two. They are two in a series. So I've read the first one. It was a 5-star read. If you haven't seen my October wrap up, I'll link that one below. And that was A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So I feel like Good Girls Bad Blood and As Good as Dead are going to be 5-star reads. I will be massively shocked if these two are not 5 stars, just because of how well written Good Girl's Guide to Murder was. So I really do predict that these two are going to be 5 stars. I don't ever hear anything bad about these books, ever. And a lot of people have been talking about this one lately, because I think this one came out this year. And a lot of people said that it takes a really different turn, but in a good way. So I'm like, yeah. So cannot wait to get to these two. I don't know if I'm able to finish these two this year, just because I've got books sort of planned out, although that could change actually, which I'll tell you about that at the end of this video. So yeah. Also, if you've read that series, you have to let me know what you think, because I really want to know, did like you guys love it as much as everyone else? Was it worth the hype? Because for me, it definitely was worth the hype. I really did not expect to like love it. I was so worried that it was going to feel young, and it did not. Next up is Kristen Hanna's The Great Alone. This book, I have no doubt, is going to be a 5-star. I've read her Nightingale book and The Four Winds, and both of them were 5 stars. This one, again, nothing but good things about. I've heard people saying it's heartbreaking, it's just so well done, that it's just like all the rest of her books. I really can't believe I've not even got this one yet, but I really think this is going to be a 5 stars. I'll be so like shocked if it's not. I mean, Kristen Hanna is one of my favourite authors. I know one day I'm going to find a book I won't like. I think that's just normal. However, I do think this is going to be 5 stars. I mean, that's kind of obvious that this video is for a 5-star prediction, so yeah, obviously. Right, I need to stop saying that. Next up is another book from an author I've read from before. Both his books were 5 stars, and that is Riley Sager, Lock Every Door. This is one of his more popular ones, I think. Like, I could be wrong, but I really feel like this one is the one that's talked about the most. And I read his Lock Every... No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I read Home Before Dark, gave that 5 stars, and then I read The Fire of the Night. And that's one a lot of people don't like. I've only seen a few people who loved it, and I really loved it, but I can see why people did not like it. I'm going to predict that this one will be as well. And again, I'm really shocked that I've not got to this one yet. I was meant to read this one, I think, during October, and I didn't get... Well, obviously I didn't get to it because like it's right here in my hand, being predicted as 5 stars. I am tired. Like, so tired. Anyway, moving on. Next one on this list is a book that was a bestseller in Japan and it got translated to English. And the concept of it just sounds so good. I recently watched a YouTuber, I think it was Jack Edwards, a video of him, a Snowed video I think, and he read it and he was talking about it, and the way he's talking about it just made me be like, yeah, I need to get to this soon. And that one is Before the Coffee Gets Cold. This is super short, so I could get this done like in a day. Basically, what it's about is these different characters go back in time to that moment. We're set in this cafe, coffee shop, whatever you want to call it, and you have to sit on a certain chair. This one here, you can't move the whole time. You are going back to that Pacific point you want to go to, but also you only have until your coffee gets cold. And I think you have to wait, like there's this ghost person sitting there, then you have to wait for that person to move or something. All I know is that there's a girl that goes back in time to meet her mother, because her mother died, I think, during birth or something, like when she's giving birth to her. And another woman is going back in time to have a conversation with her husband before he got Alzheimer's. So this sounds like it's going to be so heart-shattering, but also just, I think, going to have some really oh my god, what is wrong with me? But I think it's always going to have like these moments that will just like attach itself to your heart. I really do want to get this one done this year, but I mean we're already in November and I can't add any more books on this month. I mean I could try. But yeah, I cannot believe it's December next month. Like, I'm not ready. And not because it's like the end of the year. I mean, that bothers me massively. Like, another year's gone by. But because I turn 31 next month. I'm not happy. That's not okay. So yeah, this one. Another one that I think is going to be 5 stars. Next up is a book that I recently got last month, and it's a book that I actually did not intend to get until I listened to like just a minute or two of the audiobook, and then I just caved in and got it and be like, okay, I'm definitely missing out. And now it's a 5-star prediction, and that is Sadie. So most people already probably know what this one's about. I am so excited to go into this one. I'm actually going to be listening to the audiobook. We're going to find out about this one soon if it's 5 stars. I really hope it will be, just because I've seen so many people giving it 5 stars, and this author is really loved. I'm going to be getting this one soon, so I'm pretty excited about that. Next up is a historic fiction, one that I really can't wait to read, but I've put off just because I don't know if I'm in the mood to cry, but it's also kind of chunky. I can't wait to read this one, and one of the reasons why I got it I will explain in a minute, and that is All the Light We Cannot See. So a lot of historic fiction books I always predict are going to be 5 stars, just because they always manage to like worm their way into my heart. It's a story that I'm never going to forget, and this one I don't doubt will be any different. It's set during World War II Paris, and one of the main characters in this, because we follow 3, but one of the main characters in this is blind, and I'm just like, that's, oh my god, like that just made me think like, what would that have been like for someone who was blind living in World War II? So difficult, but also like, wouldn't all the sounds be more heightened? And I can't wait to read like from that specific character's point of view to see how she manages to, you know, live during this time and hopefully survive, because I will cry. But we also do follow an older guy and a younger boy as well, and this book just sounds so good from what I've heard. I really think that this is going to be a beautiful story that I'll forever remember, and I hope that it'll also be a new favourite as well. Next up is another historic fiction, and this one I bought based on literally just the reviews. I received non-stop reviews for this one, and that is The Nature of Fragile Things, which is set around April 18, 1906, an earthquake that rocked San Francisco, so set around that era. And I think I've spoke about this in previous videos, but this one, just because of all the reviews, most reviews are 5 stars, that I definitely think that this will be like that for me as well, and I hope it will be. Next up on here is a romance. Romance books I find it very difficult to predict that they're going to be 5 stars, because I don't know, I think for me it has to have like a certain feel. However, I do predict that I'm going to butcher this name, The Love Hypothesis, did I say that right, will be a 5 star, only because everybody who's read this has raved about it. Now I know there's going to be like smut in it. Like, I'm not against smut in romances, because yeah, that's the thing, I just don't like it when there's too much of it. However, I've had nothing but good things about this book. I read the first couple pages of this, I bought it, and I was like hooked on it. I already like the characters. Meg with Books, whose channel I'm going to link below, she read this and she doesn't like romances that much, and she loved it. So I'm like, okay, this has got to be good. As it says on here, TikTok sensation. Hate that, by the way. That's not okay. I actually do think this could be. I'm really actually hoping it will be. I really want to love it as much as everyone else and get on the same train that everyone else on for this book. So fingers crossed. 5-star prediction. Really think it will be though, just because of all the hype. And next up is another romance, and this one again is from a very popular author. Never read one book from this author, yet romance is my one of my favourite genres, so that's kind of like, damn, how have you not read from this author before? And that's Colleen Hoover, November 9. This book popped up a lot recently, and I mean a lot. And it was around November 9, obviously, because the book's November 9, but also before that. And everyone was just saying how amazing this book was. There was a lot of people giving it 4 stars. Just the whole premise of this book sounds so good that I do think it will be a 5-star for me. And if it is, I'm definitely going to then check out more from this author. I really can't believe that I've never read anything from Colleen Hoover. She's such a popular, loved author in the romance genre. So that's kind of embarrassing. Like, ugh. But yeah. November 9. And the final book on this list, I don't know too much about this. It's actually one of the books that I recently did on another video where I picked books for myself what I'm most excited for, which again I'll link that below. I don't know, I just have a feeling it could be a 5 stars, and also this cover is so beautiful, so that kind of helps. And that is These Hollow Fowls. I smacked myself in the face. Jeez. I'm going to read what's on the back because I don't know too much about this, like I said, and I think I said it in that video as well. I want to go into it not knowing too much. But it says, the king was right about one thing. I am a great thief. I can steal just about anything, but a fairy princess heart. Oh my god, what? But a fairy princess heart, I wouldn't know where to start. God, I want to read it now. Sounds so good. So that's the final book that I do predict will be 5 stars. I probably have more down there, but like I don't want to be here all day. I'm sure you guys don't want to be sitting here all day. So those are the books that I predicted will be 5 stars. Yeah, let me know if any of these you've read and they were 5-star reads for you, or let me know like your 5-star predictions. Actually, it'd be really interesting to know what books you predict will be 5 stars, if any of them are the same as me, or if they were 5 stars for you. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, it would mean a world to me, and turn on that notification bell so you get alerted when I next upload. Until next time, bye!